Walker, it is great to meet you. Camille, I'm such a huge fan of your voice.
Thank you.
And I'll start with you. This film, I Need Your Love, is biographical. Um, Talk to me about getting this project together and then getting together with Walker.
Yeah, so Walker and I have been friends ever since Hurricane Sandy hit New York City in October 2012. We met by chance and we've just been very close friends ever since. And so he's just sort of been witness to my whole life and the struggles and all the things of what it's like to be a hustling musician in New York City, as self-producing hustling musician in New York City, an independent artist with no team behind me. And so, and Walker's a filmmaker, an incredible writer, and so he came to me with this idea last year of sort of creating this series about me. And yeah, it's been a crazy process, extremely wild. And it also, feels a little crazy to like just have my whole life exposed and have the brightest, I wanted to say police lamp, but I'm just thinking of like that aggressively large light on your
The
face.
detective lamp.
Interrogation lamp. But yeah. So
Is
yeah.
it is it therapeutic to see your life on screen?
You are your own biggest critic. So I think every time I watch it, I'm just very like it's hard to not be so critical, but of myself, not of the work itself. Um, but I think it's therapeutic and cathartic in a way for sure, but it's also, facing a lot of self-doubt and a lot of feelings and vulnerabilities that you don't necessarily want to face, again and again. And sort of a lot of repressed things that you're like, oh no, we're good, we're gonna push that down, we're okay. So having to bring all those things back up and then and then I'm on camera, but I'm looking at 10 people behind the camera and having to do these very real things that are truly me and truly honest. Yeah, it's wild.
Walker, was there any hesitation on your part to do this, showing the warts and also being gentle about that too? It's got a great balance, this film.
Well, thank you for that. I yeah, I think Camille and I have a very trusting, I mean, we have our friends' personal relationship, and then we have now a working relationship. And I think the show works because it's a very sort of like trusting, she and I can both trust that we can be vulnerable not only between each other, but on like film sets, which is an intense place. There's a lot of people and there's a lot of activity, and it's not conducive to being vulnerable. So it was really important for this thing to succeed, for us to be able to come to be comfortable expressing ourselves in that kind of way. And the story only works if you sort of like if you push it as far as you can go comfortably without, because if we play it safe, no one cares. If we push it too hard, like it's tough finding that balance of the place to land. And I think that we achieved that, luckily, because we have a good foundation to our friendship.
As an actress, Camille, I mean, do you hear music and rhythms in the dialogue that you're taking on?
Good question, Ty.
That is a very good question, Tony. I think more so my focus was on sounding honest in every single word I said, because there were times when we would do a scene or we would do something and then I'd be like, I know how I felt and I didn't feel in my body there, or I know that I was thinking about other things. So let's like do that again. So I think what my biggest focus was, as opposed to like cadence and like rhythms, which is beautiful. I think because as a songwriter, that is your whole focus, is like making sure it rhymes and having it to be the same amount of bars so that there's this equal thing. And then we move on to the next section and we cut it down or we start after the one. Like that, I'm so used to thinking like that. But in this sense, it was more so just like being very honest.
Yeah. Walker, what do you think audiences are going to take away from watching I Need Your Love?
Um, I think they are going to, well, they're going to fall in love with Camille, of course.
If they
Um,
haven't already.
yeah, if they
Oh.
haven't already, from just a 5 second teaser, that's usually enough. Um, what do I think versus and what do I hope? I think I think they'll find it highly relatable, regardless of when I've had conversations about the show and about the sort of like, not to be too like lofty, but like the sort of like philosophy that we've had going into it. Um, everyone relate. My sister's a teacher, she relates to the aspects of trying to find establish yourself in your career. Friends who are literally in as just about as diverse a bunch of folks as you could find in New York. Everyone seems to have found aspects of the story that they relate to, despite the fact that like Camille leads a singular life on the stage. So I think that even though that's like a very abstract thing, I think that there's a lot of relatability that like opens the door to the humor and the sadness, the pathos, and all those things. So I think that we want people to connect emotionally with the story, and that's the only way to like have a real audience. So we think that we can do that, and we hope so too.
Camille, the same question. What do you think audience are going to take away from watching I Need Your Love?
I think they're going to take away that that again, it's going to be a lot of the same echoes of kind of what Walker's saying, but I think that they're going to resonate with the realness and rawness and honesty and vulnerabilities and themes that are more so addressed in the show. Um, Obviously, like, yeah, as a singer, I'm kind of telling the story of my trials and tribulations as a singer, but which makes it, gives a little zhuzh and a little musical entertainment for you. But at the same time, I think that people are going to take away that, and it is a comedy too, and there is comedic, moments for sure. But there's also this balance of like, yeah, just we really just want to resonate with people and touch on things that everybody feels.
It's a very human story. And what I wanted to say was after I watched it, I I just said, wow, this is all about finding yourself, but it's also about allowing other people to find you,
Hmm.
which you never see in films like this.
Let's let's print that, Tony. Sorry to cut you off. We'll take that quote and let's just
Yeah.
print. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and congratulations at being Tribeca. What's Walker, what's the vibe there?
Apologies if I cut off a train of thought you had there.
Oh,
But I liked it. The vibe is very positive. Obviously. I'm ignoring the front door opening right now.
oh,
Hola. The vibe is very the vibe is very positive, and we're just feeling very fortunate to be with the Tribeca family because everyone so far, our programmers and everyone else has been super just generous with their time and with themselves. And we feel a lot of positive energy and momentum. We're super bullish on the prospects of just growing this thing to something bigger and better and more appealing to more people, because that's the whole reason why we're here is for people. More people is better, but like any people that we can connect with, we're happy to. So we're feeling really grateful.
Camille, are you performing at Tribeca anywhere?
Funny you should ask. No, so I'm actually releasing a song that will be in tandem with kind of the Tribeca, and the song is called Desperate for Love. And I actually wrote it earlier this year when I was out in LA, and I didn't even put two and two together that there's this like I Need Your Love and Desperate for Love, alliance here.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yeah, we should release a song. So yeah, so we are having an official like launch party event, and I'm gonna be performing with my all-female band, and I'm going to be premiering that song and singing a couple other originals. Maybe I'll
And
sing Change Melody too.
and and
And
well, we shot a music video for it,
Oh,
and it's
oh,
so, so Tony, we'll send you a link later for this. But we
great.
also shot a music video which is going to be playing at Tribeca as well. And the experience was outstanding. It was another wild shoot, but we shot it on 16 millimeter, and we had some incredible locations. We shot it all overnight, one night in Jersey and Queens and Brooklyn, and it's we're happy with how it turned out. It's very cool. So
Well, sure, I'd love to see it. And I'm following Camille on Insta. Will you let me know when you're hitting Salt Lake City and performing here? I'd love to come and see you
I would
live.
love to. I played there last year. I wish I had known you then.
Me too. We would have had a fun time. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you are with the festival and everything else, but wow, what a beautiful film and what a beautiful statement on just coming through the crap and finding yourself.
Tony, let me ask you something. Where's your family from?
Canarsie,
no way.
yeah, Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's at the end of the L. She was talking about in Italy,
In
but
Italy.
I know where
Oh,
she's going, but
Tuscany,
I know Carson. Sorry, he said Tuscany.
Tuscany?
Tuscany.
Nice.
Toscano is my last name, and I miss the pizza. I miss going to Lombardi's.
I know Lombardi's.
Oh man, I miss Vince's Pizza. I'm a fat guy and I love pizza. What can I say?
They don't have
Pizzas.
any New York slices in Salt Lake City?
Your worst pizza, which I think is Ray's, your worst pizza is our best pizza. So
Wow.
yeah, I hate coming down
Uh,
to Salt Lake, but they can't make coffee and they don't know how to make pizza.
well, Tony, send us a note next time you come to New York, and we'll take you out for our favorite slice.
I would love that, you guys, and follow me back, Camille.
I
I'll
will.
you guys have been fantastic. Congratulations, and you deserve all the awards, all the accolades you're getting, and
Mm.
continued success.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tony.
Bye,
Have
Appreciate
a
it.
kid.
good day. Ciao.
Ciao.